That's why I'm here.
Shh! Oh, don't make me... A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the Hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. Sadly, that square turned... I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna need help keeping...
Be late for...
There you are!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, lady.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the Hideaway, you see, and, well,
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our... Besides, we'll need to look...
All right. But that doesn't... Is there anything I can do?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks? He said little something Sid and I said, and I reckon 15...
I'm sure they will.
But you know how it is with this place.
I know.
Go. Do you know why I only gave...
because you'd rather Lady Karen...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No.
What's up, we're back for another stream. Onward.
How are you feeling?
Okay, time to do some side quests first. Who's online?
Clive!
I wasn't but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about that bit much sending the Lord Marquis out as...
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only...
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the Hideaway. But Otto, and when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. I reckon what he saw in... And don't we all? That, and you keep good...
There's talk at the glass.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and oil of talc?
Milady,
Gif. Oh,
Otto, to settle the and to...
I thought you might tell Otto he can keep it. The man owes my contribution to the restoration.
You once told... I'd like to do the same. And for...
Otto, I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway.
Otto had a son.
Interesting.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he... and blamed himself for not being able to... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by...
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with them.
Hugo Kupka's dead.
Told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen...
But she was just too stubborn to tell. She threw it right back in my face, in fact.
Karen...
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
I will be the one personally giving it to Karen.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me. Would you prefer...
Moddak, I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A canny one, meanwhile. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. But fine, you wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that, but
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever...
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close. Promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was... before fate stepped in. And said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
Check nga natin to.
My family were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
That was emotional. Sid's goblet.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can... I didn't say I were wrong with him. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown. Didn't like him. You not been working him?
No harder than... Is that it, boy?
What's wrong with you, my
You
doggy?
need a rest.
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Oh, I'm never drinking again. No matter whose funeral.
Lawsman.
He isn't it?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Carol, she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late.
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. If we assume that his newfound magics require addition, it may well be that the bones lady frostwolves after all. As to where one might find a suitable substitute,
I don't recall ever...
And little wonder. The last elder antelope sighting I recall.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Time to slay someone.
She had a man of Grieger. Nothing there.
Please, teach me how to fight.
Run like the wind. All right.
We're not alone.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Antelope.
Doubt we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal?
Don't stop.
No. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the Lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy. When did you get so big?
noticed you. So, that'll teach me for... All right, now we know what you're...
Speaking of which...
You can, in return...
On the system.
Ah, were you able...
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends it.
Ah, do you recall our conversation
about how...
Precisely that. A reasonable the Fenrir of legend, and while the powers attributed to him are certain...
What do you suggest?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more... Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, in short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown... One can but speculate.
He has seemed...
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow...
Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. That you might still be doubting your craft. Perhaps sharing your thoughts might...
That bastard's like a dog with a... Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give... He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing, but the metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck, you could slice a man clean in two.
So that's what...
Nah. Not...
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better...
That's about the size of it.
I'll see what I can... Sharper swords, and we can't have our master blacksmith.
You're a... I can't say I'm not great.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows. You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after...
I suppose I am, yes.
Little wondrous. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that... which made it nice.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking it. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmechian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is... reckon he'll still be at the inn in...
Thank you, Cap.
Oh.
I appreciate... People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down.
Where is he?
Cards collector.
The St. Drake's fang is gone.
I'm so iffy. There you go.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Carol.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be a fool.
I don't suppose you saw the
I did not. Every ill-gotten...
And that's where
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very...
Farewell.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
We're not alone.
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Nothing seems to be all right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right. Speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a... perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't do...
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we? Sorry for but hopefully he'll agree.
You learned something about...
I did better.
whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Cursebreakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the Cursebreakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something...
I'm sure the Cursebreakers will just...
I'll be working day... Hey. Thanks, Clive. I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to...
And I'll see that my debt to you... You come and find me when you've...
Right.
Clive? What's that for you, dear? Anything else? Back, are ya? What's that for you, dear? And?
I don't know where Sid gets the energy. Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good girl.
safe.
What we have here? Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right there, Sid? How's that hug?
I have it.
That's the stuff. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. Telemon?
Very impressive. There's no need.
Don't be. Why don't you let me take a...
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance. Thought we might use it to breathe new... Ah, I reckon.
Well...
That's the spirit. Well...
It's certainly...
Right?
Thank you.
No. For supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Clive. Here you go. Seen enough?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
What do you need? So, what'll it be? Should last you a good while. And?
And what can I do for you? Go on, then. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Come again. Oh,
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. This used to be a road for merchants crossing the Scars. Till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today. Straight home now.
So what do you think? Really?
Oh, aye. I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant.
How does a merchant?
Oh, the man's a coward.
He sent the two of us to fetch.
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share of action.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear. Chances are they'll come for you either way.
Well, if I'm going...
You've clearly got... Yeah, luck now. Hoping to make a heavy purse in Bockland. Reckon he won't...
All right.
No. You just put an end to those...
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. You've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages.
You've done your part. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so rude. What if we want his help?
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge build.
The fallen ruin should... At least. The path continues on the other side. Be safe. Too slow. Farewell. So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. A final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greagor, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, Your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast. Come on. Run like the wind.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. There's no time to wait for the siege to end. Fly, Ambrosia.
Mother.
More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing. No need to ride from here.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
And nasty.
Peaches and pears. Dates and beans.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper.
Not nowadays. You're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the Crystalline Dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life be different there.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Caravans. Stops next to the checkpoint.
Left without a crystal.
Oh, Good.
Clive,
Slow down, Good.
it's betrayed us pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when...
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a band... Here. You don't think...
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where. I've got a pal and no one knows more about what goes on round here.
Where do we find...
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way.
No time like the...
Used to. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, mate.
All right.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other... our purses.